All right, welcome back to Blackacre Ranch, everyone. It's time to look at some hay. We've got it behind us, a bunch more hay, and I know we've done a video before about how to tell good hay from bad hay. Can you do it by visual inspection? All that jazz, right? This is kind of another thing along the lines of hay and forage. Right now, hay prices are crazy. I've got probably about 60 some bales that have been delivered. I've got another 30 to 40 coming, and I'm trying to assess, am I getting my money's worth out of the bales of hay that I'm buying, especially considered all the prices being so high. All right guys, we've got ourselves 38 bales here. I've gotten multiple loads of different types. Okay, so this is 38 bales from one dude. There's 25 from another dude. And we even have some left from the original hay that we've been kind of saving, all to do this experiment. Like I told you before, we're having hay that's delivered, right? Hay prices are always just so astronomical, and especially the delivery fees. Nowadays, it's like triple the delivery fee, and I think it's outrageous. I think it's a rip, all right? That's just my personal opinion. So the issue is, if I see online that says, hey, this is a 4.5 by 5 bale, and it's $90 delivered, or if this one says, oh, we're 5 by 5 and this is $95 delivered, how do you assess the kind of value you're getting for the price that you're spending on this hay? So hay can look different, all right? Hay can be tightly wrapped. These are all net wrapped, meaning they all have a net on the outside of them. They can be string wrapped. There's all different types of ways, okay? And when you set up your machine, now I'm no baling expert. I don't own any baler because it doesn't make sense for me, but I've watched YouTube, so I'm like an expert at all of this stuff, right? No, it just means I get all the crap info that everybody else gives on YouTube, right? So anyway, this, for the bales of hay, when you set it up, you can set the size and you can measure the size, you know, and cut it when it's done and get it all wrapped and then kick it out the back end. You can also affect the density, how densely packed you're going to pack all of this stuff. The reason I bring that up is that goes towards the weight, okay? So you may have two equally sized bales, but one be tightly wrapped, one not be tightly wrapped. So here you can kind of stick your hand inside, but it's a lot of force, all right? Types of hay that we're getting, this is kind of the stuff that's here. Little seed heads. I'm not an expert, but I think this, whatever, I'm not an expert, so don't quote me on it. So anyway, this is different than the other hay that we recently bought. But this does have a few little sticks in it here and there. Overall, you know, you go talk to the hay guy and he's like, mind if I go check the other hay? Whatever floats your boat, dude, go for it. So he's like, yeah, that hay's not as good. Anyway, I think this is more of a Bermuda kind of based hay. Let's go check out the other one and see what he said about that one and see kind of how compact it is, right? Because the idea today is we're gonna figure out a way to find out which one gives us the best bang for the buck. All right, so the last time I had a hay person tell me, oh, that hay's not good because of this, my hay's better, they were completely wrong, right? That's when I did the protein assessment. I checked everything out, and theirs was 7% protein, while the other one was like 10% protein. Way better. So, you know, there's TDN, there's all the other factors. Watch the other video, right? Now, this is the other bale of hay. So take it for what it's worth. You see this one have a stalk, oh, a stick. All that kind of stuff in here, okay? I'm not so worried about the color per se, but you can kind of see if it is colored. You know, whatever. You guys who are more experts, you tell me what you think is colored, but if it is colored, to me it seems like it's been weathered or out in the storms or the rain. Maybe there's been water around. It's not that it's bad. Hay guy did tell me, he said, with there being more stalks, it was probably cut later. Like this one, I can't even get my hand in there. So this one might be pretty tight packed. There was that stick. And there was this stick in it. Whoa. So, you know, I don't know, right? You do the quality assessment, you find out which one's better protein. We've sent samples off to the lab. That was our original, what's left over from our bales. So we know what that one is, about 10%. So we're gonna do a comparison, guys. We are gonna weigh all of these bales. Like I said, this one's pretty dense. You know, that one's not too bad. The other guy seems to be a little less dense. I don't know. Maybe right now,
check the density of that guy.
We look for dense. So that's what we want. You want me to check the other guy?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you guys have been sitting for a while. Of course, has an all hay.
Oh.
This one goes through better.
Yeah, it's probably the loosest of them all. Alright, so from that, I mean...
But this is similar to the other stuff.
Okay. Out there.
Yeah, the same kind of hay. I mean, I don't know. He was telling me this was more of a Bahia grass, not so much of a coastal or a Bermuda kind of a thing. But this has definitely got some stalks in it, right? I mean, this is, they're not going to eat this stuff. So, digestible fiber, here we come, right? We'll see what comes back, but I don't know if this is super great quality hay. Anyway, let's get to it. We have a tool. All right, so this is our tool. This is our little friend, the scale. Every woman's dream. All right, we are gonna weigh my wife on it later on just to check it out.
Nice try.
And eventually I can turn this thing on. So here it goes. It will eventually go down. Now, this is gonna give me in kilograms. And I swear Amazon said pounds. I haven't figured out how to change it over. So we're gonna do some math and convert that off camera and tell you the weights. But the goal is, let's weigh all of these bales, a couple samples of each, from all the new ones that we got, the old ones, and see which one's heaviest. I've got the price, and I want to see price per pound, since weight can vary and have an effect on really the value. How much are you really getting out of it? So since we've already got the what's it called, sent the test off forage sample, we should be getting that back probably within 2-3 days. We'll make sure to bring that back in before we wrap up this video, so that way we can say, here's the forage sample and also the weight per pound, or price per pound, how much value was there. So anyway, let's figure out how to get this doohickey to work. All right, so we're gonna get in the tractor here, and I'm gonna pick up this bale, and we're gonna drop it right on this guy. We're then gonna lift these up and see where they come up. The idea is going to be that we're going to ratchet these ends to secure them once we know that we have enough length, I think, to typically do it. We'll ratchet them down to a certain height, and if I'm hoping, maybe they'll be this high above the bale. I don't know, something like that. That other chain, that chain will then be wrapped through, put on the bottom of the scale. That guy will be put on the front of the forks, or on the spear, and Bob's your uncle and everybody goes home happy, right? We'll see if this works. Let's give it a go. Give me a little bit more slack. All right, dog. This guy, let me loop it up. Oh, so heavy, Chica. Help to turn it on. so we've got 378 and 369 kilograms for the first one. That was the nicer bale of hay, the one that wasn't as tightly packed. We're gonna do the crappier set here with all the sticks and all the fibrous junk in it. Supposedly they're not good hay. Let's get a couple bale weights here. Big difference. What was it, 438, 432, something like that, and 398? That's like 70 pounds difference. So let's do a third one and maybe split the difference. So now we're going to go back to the original hay that we've been using for a long time now. Stuff that we got back last April. Let's do 2 bales here and see what happens. That was interesting. Maybe in the future we'll come up with a sling, but this is gonna be the difference about hay, weights, okay, and money. So we're trying to get a price per pound for the hay bale. So the first set was the supposed good hay that we've just ordered recently, the one where the guy came over to this crap hay and said it's not very good, there's a lot of sticky stuff. So actually, that's the hay over there, and that's the one where he said it has better grasses in it, but also that it's wound really tight. It's really packed pretty tight, and so it's a really good bale. That good hay over there came out with a 378 kilograms and a 369 kilograms, okay? That averaged out to be 373 kilograms or 823 pounds on the good hay. So I guess, you know, it is what it is, 823 pounds. A 4.5 by 5 bale, I don't know if that's outrageously light or anything like that, but it's lighter than the other ones. So it is the lightest bales. All right, crap hay here. Crap hay. We did 3 samples of this. As you know, we got 395 kilograms, 432 kilograms, and 400 kilograms. All right, so it averaged out to be 409 kilograms or 901.7 pounds. That is 80 pounds heavier than the other bales. That is pretty huge, right? Now the reason I'm bringing that part up is this 80 pounds of actual feed, as long as it's usable, more than the other, and they're the exact same cost, right? They're both right now $90 a bale delivered. So, you know, I don't know, man, that's a lot to swallow. So the original hay that we got from our other guy, that was 10% hay, that's that stuff over there. That was 414 pounds.
No,
kilograms. And 396 kilograms for an average of 405 with an average weight of 892.9 pounds. That stuff. That grass looks very similar to that. So that's actually not too bad off from this crap hay, all right? So what does that tell us? Well, I've got a decision to make. Do I buy more of this, or do I buy more of the other stuff from the other guy? Both the same cost. Well, that's where we get into like nutritional analysis. Which one's better? This obviously has more sticks and other things like that. Not everywhere has that. A lot of places are trying to get as much hay as they can right now, and so you'll find that ranchers are probably mowing and trying to get grasses that are maybe out towards the fringes where they may not normally do it. So it's not maybe unheard of to think that there could be more sticks. This one just really has a lot of sticks in it. Another thing to think about and how a way to compare these things is on a price per pound basis. We know, when we already discussed that earlier, it was 823 pounds for these guys and it was 900 pounds for the crap hay, right? So when we do a cost per pound, they're both $90 a pound or $90 a bale. So it came out to be that this new stuff behind me, the supposed good stuff, was 10 cents, 10.9 cents per pound. The crap hay ends up being 9.9 cents a pound. All right, so when you look at it, there's just a cent per pound difference. And you're like, is that really that big a deal? It's just a cent, right? Well, I have approximately 135 bales that I go through a year, at least right around there, spitball it. And at 135 bales, averaging around 900 pounds, let's just call it, that means in 1 year, that would be $1,215 difference. $1,215 divided by 90, that means I would actually have to store 13 and a half less bales than I would otherwise. So is 1 cent a pound really a big difference? It is here. So 13 bales, man. So anyway, it's enough to be concerned about. It's definitely enough to watch. 800 plus 820 or whatever it was compared to 900. Let's check out these analysis reports. So bear with us a moment. I'm going to get those, be right back. And then let's see really nutritionally, is there really that much difference? Because I have to place another order for hay, and I need to find out which one of these do I order. Pigeons, man, I swear I'm gonna kill them all. All right, guys, it's been a couple of days. It's actually been a lot longer than I wanted to from the first time. So it's been over a week. And some of that we've really just been waiting for this forage report to come back. And then honestly, we got the forage report and it doesn't look good. And I was bummed enough that I was like, I don't even know how I could spin this. So anyway, I'm coming back to you with results now. I'm not pleased with any of it. Crap hay is still crap hay. Good hay is crap hay. Just which one's crappier. So anyway, the results came back. This crap hay behind me is 4% protein. It has 80 or 44% ADF, and if you're all into the numbers thing, right? And a TDN value, total digestible nutrition, of like 48%, which is low. The ADF is high and the protein is low. So really what this is coming out to, this is pretty stocky. These pigeons, man, they will die. They will die.
We just woke them up.
Anyway, yes. Freaking little pricks. So this is stocky. It doesn't digest as quick. It doesn't digest as well. And if they do digest it, there's only 4% protein, okay? Good hay over there. It's dark, it's cold, it's rainy. I'm not walking over there, so you're gonna just stare at this pretty mug. So it is 4.5% protein. It has a good ADF and a good TDN, okay? So it'll digest. It's not too stocky in it, that doesn't digest quickly. So it's good digestive. It just sucks in the protein. So based on the forage analysis, which one's better? The good hay, not the crappy hay. So we did label these things correct. The problem is, guys, they both suck. And, I don't know that I can do it, man. I don't know. All right, so let me boil this down to you, all right? When you're looking at hay, and this has gone way beyond what I thought we'd just weigh some stupid bales of hay and say, oh, this one's good. They're all about the same weight and everything else. And this has good protein, this one doesn't. Well, they don't have it. So what are we doing now? Looking at hay, visual analysis, good hay wins. You say, hey, it's not as stocky, looks good. Then you get to weight. Both equal weight, or both equal cost for weight. These guys are 80 pounds, over 10% more feed per dollar compared to that. Crappy hay wins, right? We're getting more bang for the buck. However, you get the forage report comes back. This stuff sucks so bad, good hay wins. and this doesn't. Now, the last metric to think about, or way to think about it is, for every 12 bales of this we feed the animals, we have to give a free extra good bale over there. And when we look at it and we assess their nutrient value, we have to supplement feed an extra, well, about an extra $50 a week more using this stuff, but that's still cheaper than having to throw in the extra bale of hay, okay? So even though this is bad, to supplement feed to get them to the correct protein levels, it's actually cheaper with the extra supplement here than it is that, all because this has so much more feed in it. So then this would win, all right? So we're 2 for 2, okay? So what are we gonna do? Which hay should we buy? Good hay, good crap hay, or crap hay? And we come down to neither of them. I'm not buying any of them. I'm kind of freaking pissed, okay? I don't know why a forage dude who sells hay doesn't just spend $16 and send it off and say, hey, I got my report of my hay, show it to potential buyers and say, look, this is what they came back with. Use that as a selling point. No, we got some people who sell us this stuff at a raised price and it's crap. So what did I do? I called up the guy who I had other orders potentially for that good hay. I told him, dude, this is crap. I can't use this. Cancel my orders. This is stupid. You know? And so I'm not going back to these guys either. I thought it was bad. So we're looking for hay, and we're looking for hay outside of Texas. Because the hay in Texas, I think, got cut so late. Our rains came so late in the year that the grasses that were there matured faster. Therefore, they got more stocky, hence this. And their nutritional values ended up dropping. They didn't get cut until mid-October. So it's just not as good a hay. So I'm looking outside the state, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, and I'll just have to have it shipped in, all right? So I'm hoping to get a price point at least lower than what these were. We will see, but I'm not using this hay. I mean, I'll use it, but I am not gonna keep going with this hay. And frankly, can it ever get worse? I'm sure it could, but I'll take my chances where they didn't have the drought. Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. They didn't have the drought like we did here. So anyway, that's the story, guys. Crap hay is crap hay, but it's double crap. That one is really bad. And we're not using either of them. So those are the things that we work through, I guess, when we look at hay. It's not just visual. It's not just nutritional. It's not just the weight. It's the fact is that we've got to get our animals to a certain protein nutritional content. And then from that, what do we have to do with more hay, more supplement that really levels it out? If you're wanting to know, the Rio Max has been going through really quick. I think it's partly because they're getting such little from the hay that they've been getting that they're burning through this Rio Max trying to get some extra stuff. And I think that's partly why our Rio Max's consumption is way high. It's just going through the roof. So I'm on the lookout for some better hay. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's freezing out here. It's really cold. And if you haven't noticed, my wife is probably shaking the camera a lot. So be easy on the cinematography. But we'll catch you guys next time. Like and subscribe, and we'll be back with you on some more projects coming up before we work the herd in a couple weeks. Bye.